All right, so these vintage Cushmans, the meat and potatoes of the project, or what gives them their kind of cool look, is the rear sheet metal. This rear tub area is where, basically all the body work is for the project. It has a lot of rust here. Both corners are pretty rusty, and then in this back seam, it's all where they overlap the seams when they build it, water trap between, and basically just rotted out. So we're going to be cutting all these areas out, show you how you can really quickly form these areas, get them cleaned up, get new pieces tacked in, and it'll start looking a lot better really quickly. I think for me, when you're starting out with a project, this is a really quick way to kind of give yourself a boost of motivation, is get the really scary stuff out of the way, and then you can step back and be like, wow, this thing's not that bad now. So we're going to work on getting that done today, and we'll see how far we get. Cut right down that seam right there, and then the inner brace in here is where all the water collected, and it's probably all pitted in there. So we'll cut this outside one just beyond that brace, and then we'll make both pieces, and then we can weld them back up. It should work out. Almost there. Got it. There's our little braces we kept. Now you can see the doubled up metal we were talking about. I removed it this way so we can kind of copy the shape pretty easily. So because we got this double thick metal here, it's going to keep its shape because that inner metal is a little thicker. And we can copy this shape and make a new piece and weld it back in. All right, so this is the piece that we cut out of the side. Like we were talking about, it has an inner brace section here, so we first need to make the inner brace. Now I measured the inner brace and it's actually 16 gauge and the outer skin is 20 gauge, so we want to try and replicate that obviously. So I have a piece of 16 gauge here, and I have a pattern that we made that's basically the same size as this. Now the pattern is actually basically the exact size we need for the bracing on the inside. So I went ahead and transferred that over to our 16 gauge new metal, and I added some notes here. This piece, we cut it down below because this top wire edge was kind of rotten and it was spot welded, so I made some notes that we need to add a little bit to the top for the rolled edge that we cut off, and we need to add a little bit to the bottom for the wire edge on the bottom. So when we actually cut our 20 gauge, we'll add those to the extra, to the piece that we make. But for the bracing, we do not need those because we cut it exactly to the size of the bracing, so we can transfer that over. So we'll get this cut, get this bent, and then we can form our 20 gauge right around it to match that, and it'll be ready to weld back in. All right, so what we have here is my 16 gauge inner brace section all cut out, ready to go. I marked my, rough marked the center line in it so we know about where the center of the radius needs to be to make this bend. And what I have here is a homemade pipe anvil. basically all this is just a fixture that you can bend metal over, and you can make a simple radius with this. So the radius is about the same as this top pipe here. So what we're going to do is slide it down in and get it about to where the center line is there, and then we can basically start pulling it around this pipe here. And as we pull it around, it's going to flex around and give us our radius that we need, and then we can check it and keep adjusting it on the pipe until we have exactly what we need. So now that we got a bend started in it, this is going to give us a nice smooth radius, so everything looks like there's no kinks in it, and we can just keep on working the edges to get them to flow in, but this crown of the radius is nice and smooth, and that's what we want to begin with. All right, so I got this inner section all made, and it is fitting pretty good. I got it trimmed down so that we have it fitting in so that we can wrap our outer skin around it. So what we're going to do next is get this just stitch welded to this upper brace section, and also these cross braces that are here and here. Get them tacked back in place. That'll kind of get our structure back there so that everything's not floppy, and then we can build our outer skin and kind of build it to fit this, and get everything so that it flows together. And then once we get the outer skin made, then we can actually plug weld everything into it, and it should work out pretty good. All right, so we got this, did the bend in the pipe anvil to get just the general shape in this outer skin here. Now you may notice that the skin is a little bigger than we need, so I left extra material because on the top we need to actually roll the edge over, and there is a wire edge in there, so we need to get a piece of TIG rod we can put in there, and we're going to fold that edge over, number one, and then along the bottom there's the same thing where there's a wire edge that's bent around, and that's basically just for strength. On the inside edge here, all it does is fold around our inner structure that we already made. So that's probably one of the last steps, is once we get everything fitted and welded, I'll basically just hammer and dolly and fold that edge around so that it pulls itself into that. But so right now it's fitting pretty good. We got the general shape in pretty nicely. It rolls around. Everything kind of matches up with the original metal. So we just have to get everything fitting really good, and then we can tack it in with the MP140 and then start working around and get it all finished welded. It's just an edge turning tool. Just a piece of stock that I cut slits in that are like a predetermined depth. So this is like a 1/4 inch depth on this one. So as long as I keep it the same depth, it'll keep a consistent bend. Now we got this tack welded. It's all going in the right direction. The top's fitting pretty good. Now we're just folding this inside edge over our inner bracing so that just basically will clamp together and get everything on this edge here. We'll keep everything clamped tight together so that this whole side doesn't flap out like it was. So by clamping that around there, we're just using a hammer and dolly, and I'm hammering on the edge, and you can see as we hammer, it's turning the edge right around that 16 gauge inner bracing we had on the inside. All right, so we got the patch panel welded in. I got the front here all fully welded. All of the wired edges, we welded those all up, got them connected, got everything folded over so that it's connected and secured to the inner bracing. So everything is nice and strong again. You can already see just how much stronger it is without having all of that rotted out metal in this section. Now I do have to finish weld right here along this long seam, but we have a little bit more work to do, and I got to straighten out some of these louvers. But all in all, a good day's work. This is a quick patch that we made, and the one thing you guys can learn is sometimes you need to look at your projects and kind of decide, do you put a little patch in, or do you take a whole entire section and replace it? So hopefully you guys learned a little bit with this video and how you can tackle a project like this. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel if you guys want to follow along with this build and all our other Eastwood videos. And make sure you follow us on social media to get all of the things that are Eastwood every day. Thanks, guys. Catch you later.